When I wake up in the morning and I pooty in my duty and I have a little goody in my goot. When I shooty in my foodie and I pooty looty looty and a goop goop goop.
No, that's not how it goes.
It's all right. Network special. It's all right. Network special.
You know what I've always said. You respect the bell.
I am showing as much respect to the lineage of this show as what we are talking about today does. Because we are talking about Saved by the Bell, Wedding in Las Vegas, originally shown October 7th, 1994 on NBC. Of course, this is our big Valentine's Day special. Is there any program that's been shown on television more romantic? I think not. Because, of course, you're listening to Network Special, the podcast about the golden age of appointment-based television when you had to watch what was on television when it was on television. But now, thanks to the magic of the internet, we can watch these things again and again, regardless of quality or how they make us feel like we are dying as we watch it. My name is Zachariah. I'm one of the co-hosts of this special, and I could never, ever dream of watching an episode or a movie of Saved by the Bell without talking about it with my good friend and co-host, who?
Nathan, baby.
And Jeremy is once again out in a snowdrift. He has little snowflakes landing on that big, manly beard of his. And I'm snug as a bug in a rug in my home. Nathan's always snug because he lives in Florida.
That's right. We are snug in
your bunker.
Freedom, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Freedom wraps around your shoulders like a big old glory flag down there, boy.
A big old X flag.
Oh, can you share what you sent me the other day, which was terrifying, outside of Disney World?
Oh yeah, there was they were having a parade.
Right. Well, there's a lot of parades at Disney, of course. Were they on their way to Disney World?
Yeah. Oh. I don't know. Maybe they ended up there after it was over.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Ku Klux Klan, or I'm sorry, not a Ku Klux Klan, a Nazi rally.
Yeah. How dare you disparage the horrible people of the Nazi Party with the terrible people of the Klan?
There's good people on both sides.
Oh boy. Yeah, Nathan sent me a picture of him from while he was driving. It was very dangerous, but I'm glad he took his daughter and his wife's life in his hands to take this picture of just people just with big old Nazi flags hanging off the freeway bridge and Zig Heiling all the cars going on underneath.
And let me ask you real quick. When asked about the rally, how much money would you bet that our governor denounced it?
I guess I wouldn't bet that he denounced it. Am I right?
He sure didn't. He sure did not denounce it.
What did he say?
He tried to blame the Democrats for it.
No.
His he did say that they were jackasses or something. He said that they were breaking laws, so the police will get him. But
stern words.
He did not denounce it. He would not denounce it. But his earlier in the day, his assistant or someone connected to his his office tweeted out are they even really Nazis? They could be Democrats in disguise, and then deleted it.
I would like to say, in case I didn't make it clear to the listener, these people had big, professionally made Nazi flags that they were, flying.
We're not saying these weren't people where you're oh, Nazi, no, they were.
No. We're not calling somebody a name.
No, this is what they called themselves.
Yes.
They were Nazis. They had signs about Jewish people, and very very specific. I guess there's a big Jewish community in that area, so they
Oh,
were out in
of
full
course.
force. Yeah, and
Sure.
saying "Let's go, Brannon." Let's
Yeah.
go, Brannon. Brannon.
Oh, I didn't
So
even
getting the
see that.
spelling right, getting the spelling correct.
Oh my god. Okay, well, almost as bad is this special, Saved by the Bell. Wedding in Las Vegas, the movie, and I'm certainly going to let you school us all on where this fits in the lineage, because this is part of the last gasp of keeping Saved by the Bell alive. This is officially part of Saved by the Bell, the college years canon, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is the last time before. Well, I mean, you could just say it. This is the last time that the original cast were all together. Um,
Unless it's on
for Saved by the
Jimmy
Bell.
Fallon, like throwing,
No, no,
playing.
because
That's right, Dustin Diamond wasn't there. Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah, and so on the new, like you could say that the newest, like you could say that this is the last time those characters until the revival where they are coming back to play themselves. But Screech wasn't on that either. But so this is the very
Right.
last time that they're all together. Now Screech did go on to do.
How to
I
play
can't remember
chess.
if it. But I mean, I can't remember when in what timeline the new class is happening. If it's during the college years or after or before or whatever. But he did continue on in that character for much longer than everyone else.
Oh, okay. So is it the college
I think. Let
years
me see.
and then the new class and Screech was Belding's assistant? Was that the deal?
He was Belding's
And it's like the
assistant.
saddest thing you've ever seen in your life.
He's okay. What? Okay. Like basically, like Screech. Oh yeah. So it went from 1993 to 2000. 7 seasons. So
The new
Screech.
class?
Yes. I've never actually gotten through it, and you know me. I am a
Wow.
Saved by the Bell junkie, and I've
It was
never gotten through all
on
these.
that long?
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Screech, first few seasons of Saved by the Bell, I think he's nailing it. I think he's doing a great job.
Now you're
He's
talking
playing
original OG series, right?
OG.
Yes,
He's
yes,
funny. Like,
yes.
and even in Good Morning Miss Bliss, he's funny. He's reserved. He's a nerd. He's geeky, but he's not like doing stuff like that.
Reserved is an odd way to say it, but I agree. He's a funny little kid. He's a funny
And
kid actor.
he can be serious, and he like makes Zach think like But in later years, I don't know when it happened. At some point, he decided he needed to up the freaking screech factor or something. So then he starts going, "Oh, Zach, I don't know. What do you want? What Slayer? Do we do? What do we do?" And he really hits it hard in this one. But and then in the new class, he's like out of control. Like
We've said it before because we've talked about we talked a little Saved by the Bell for the Saturday morning preview. We talked about it during the Lifetime movie. Screech, Dustin Diamond somehow became a worse actor the older he got, and I don't know if it was ego or drugs or what.
No, it's ego. It's him thinking that he like if I bet you it's him being like, well, I'll show them if I can't be the hot guy for once,
Oh, I'm really
then
gonna
I'll just
do
go
it
the
up.
other way. Yeah, or he was encouraged to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if I was freaking Peter Angle or freaking who Sam Bobrick or whatever, I'd be like,
Who are these people? Are they
dude.
the creators?
So yeah, Peter Angle's a producer
Okay.
and Sam Bobrick is the creator. I would be like, dude, you got to bring it down and come back to where you were when you first started. But I guess they loved it. Maybe the audiences really loved it that way. I don't know.
Also, Dustin might not have been responding great to direction at that point, seeing as
And they're
he
just
had
like, well,
been.
what are we gonna do? Replace him?
Yeah, he's been on the show since he was born. He's the only person who agrees to stay on the cast. So, yeah.
Yeah. There's also a couple of novels written, Saved by the Bell, the new class novels.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last episode of the college years. And was the college years prime time? Was that the deal with this
Yes, it was the
show?
first primetime version of the show, which is obviously why it failed.
But
I
hold on.
mean,
Wait. Haven't they just graduated high school for a year for this special? So are you saying that there was the first year of the college years and now it's the Vegas
um,
special? How does this work in the
no.
timeline?
Okay, so in the college years, they're all in college, and um, Zach falls back in love with Kelly in the college years, and then so this is the season finale. This is the series finale. Is them
Right.
getting married?
And did he propose at the college years? Is that the deal?
Yeah. He proposes at the college years.
Because
Yeah.
he's already engaged
Pretty sure.
when we start here. So it would be very strange if they showed no engagement scene in the series.
Let me see. I think
Oh, glad we're
okay,
talking
yeah,
to the
so
number one fan.
so on episode 18, he proposes to her,
Okay.
and then in the last episode they start talking about the possibilities of marriage. Slater's against the plans. Yeah. So in the last episode they're kind of just all talking about the wedding.
Now, this special makes it seem both like Zach and Kelly have been dating since kindergarten, but also make it sound like Zach dated a ton of other women. So which is it?
Okay. So he dates a ton of people throughout the show, except when he is in a relationship with Kelly. Then the
Ugh.
show is just they're in a relationship for however many episodes. But then Kelly cheats on Zach with someone she works with
Good.
at the Max,
Uh-huh.
and they break up.
Yeah.
I cried when that happened. Thank you. And because Zach cried, I cry. I tell you this.
Uh-huh.
I cry whenever the male characters cry.
Sure.
I
And
have a bond
Zach
with
has been
them.
such a good boyfriend to her.
He actually has.
Yeah,
He is a good boyfriend to her. That's
except
the thing. He
whenever
doesn't
he's
cheat.
going off and dating other people.
But no. He's never dating other people when he's in a relationship with her.
Okay.
He doesn't cheat on her.
Okay. All right.
Now there might be some episodes where there's flirting going on and stuff but that gets worked out. There's never he never cheats on her. She cheats on him, which is kind of a punk move almost because he is this womanizer. Could have easily given it to him, but they made her look like the bad guy and all this. But then they end up I'm trying to figure this out because they end up kind of back together in when they go out to see
Oh my God.
Jesse's dad get married.
Uh-huh.
Um
My eyes are starting to glaze over.
Sorry, I'm
I can't.
it's all coming back to me.
It's okay. That's fine. I'm not blaming you. It's just kind of like this is a very complicated explanation. Okay.
Yeah.
The point is that they're together and engaged now. Thank God.
Yes. That's how it starts.
And this is just the beginning of all the questions I have about the whys of what happens in this special. And sometimes we talk about these things in kind of like a hazy way. Sometimes we just talk about the idea of a special. We have to beat by beat through this because, as I said before we started recording, I could talk about this special for hours. It is so strange. It's an hour and a half. It feels like 10 hours. It makes so little sense.
I felt like it flew by.
No. I would especially say once they are in Vegas, it really stops flying by. But we don't start in Vegas. We start with the boys in camo gear. And there are
off to war.
There's no, you know how, like when we talk about the regular series Saved by the Bell, you know, even though I didn't grow up watching it, even though it's not my thing, I totally get the appeal, like the graphics and the big cell phone and like, you know, it's teens or kids or whatever, and everything's bright and goofy and ridiculous. Well, they are, let's see, how old would you say, like Mario Lopez, Mark Paul Gosselaar, like they're supposed to be, I think, 19 in this. They all
I think because the dad 25. Says you're only 19.
Yes, which is very laughable.
Yeah. Like Screech is the youngest one
in real life.
Yeah.
Yes, but they all look too old. Maybe Screech could play 19 in like an 80s boner comedy. But they all look like they are wrapping up college at the least by now. They are out during Zach's bachelor party playing, as they call it, Paint War, which is usually called paintball by everybody
else. Is paintball trademarked?
I don't think so. But they are, you know, in a dirty
Paint
field,
shoots.
which is... and let's see how to put it. They are discussing how Zach's going to get married. Slater can't believe he's going to get married at 19. I agree with Slater personally.
Yeah, but come on, Kelly though.
They're playing against a bunch of strangers, unless these are characters I don't know from the show. I'm guessing they're not. The opposing paint war team. Yeah. Yes. And they get the jump on the other paint war team by doing a sort of Three Stooges routine where they shove Screech around and get the drop on the other team in a move that is the only thing that kind of pays off in this show. I thought this was just a dumb bit. Turns out there's a dumb bit that gets repeated twice. Did you notice this kind of shows the level of care in this show that whenever we first see the boys after a credit sequence that looks like a training video for a fast food place, like in the level of computer generated credits, they all pull out their goggles, and Screech and Slater kind of pull their goggles out and do the thing where you flip your hand down so they snap open and put them out. And Zach has problems getting his glasses out, and then he can't do the flip thing quite right. This isn't a gag. It's an actor having trouble with his costume. But instead of retaking it to make the coolest guy in the cast look competent, they're just like, great, okay, we only have this dirt field for a half hour.
Yeah. That's going to have to fly.
And what they discuss is, we're going to get married in Vegas. Now, the first question I have is, why are they going to get married in Vegas?
That's a great question. There's no, I don't know. Maybe in the episode, I should have watched the last episode of the college years.
You shouldn't have to. This is not.
No.
This is not the Mandalorian. No. I shouldn't have to watch all the episodes of the college years to know what's going on.
No, the point of this is that the show got canceled, and so this was supposed to be a closure of like a 90-minute TV movie. So it's supposed to wrap it up. So
Yeah.
so it's fair game that it pulls from that.
Ye- But okay, but the reason why most people go to Vegas to get married is to get like a quickie marriage, right? Like you go, or you're going there for like camp factor, like oh, we're gonna go have Elvis marry us or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go to Vegas to do the 10-minute ceremony. It costs maybe $100. That's not what they're doing. They're going to Vegas to see a wedding planner and get
Yeah,
married
they,
there,
they haven't even booked it yet.
but their parents aren't going and they haven't invited anybody else. And also, they're 19, so they can't gamble or drink or like go to strip clubs or like any of the reasons why people go to Vegas, right? Like what
They
they're
only
like,
have $1,200.
yeah, they're gonna go see Cirque du Soleil. Like, what are they going to do? Like ransack every buffet? That's
I don't know, but they're staying at an amazing like resort.
oh boy, are they? Yeah, the Stardust, like this dingy old Rat Pack area. I mean, they look. That's I'm not saying like there's anything wrong with going to a classic hotel, but they act like they are going to the fanciest resort in the world because the Stardust is the one that agreed to let them shoot there.
Right.
Uh, and Zach is breaking the news to his parents that he's getting married. Is that what's happening in this first scene? Because his parents are not for this
No.
marriage.
No, they know
speak
he's
on
getting
that.
married. They
Okay.
already know. They
Okay.
already know he's getting married cuz he's just kind of like, he's packing up and they're trying to get him to stop.
Right. His parents say he's too young to get married. They are right. And
Yes.
uh, basically, his dad just says, don't throw your life away. And his mom says, can't you wait a little bit? And Zach says, no. Did you notice that this is the bluest house I've ever seen in my life? Zach is wearing all blue. They have blue settings. His mom is wearing a blue striped shirt. He goes into his room, blue curtains, blue notebooks, blue stapler, blue bedspread. I was like, is this a baby boy, but grown up?
Now you'll be happy to know that these are the mom and dad from the original series as well.
I was going to ask if they brought back
Yes.
the day players.
Yes. They are from the original, not from college years. I mean, maybe I don't know if they're ever in college years, but they are from the original
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell series, which I was happy to see.
Had we ever seen Zach's house before this?
Yes, and it wasn't as blue.
Oh, interesting.
You
Okay.
used to see his room all the time. He had the coolest like bedspread. Um and you'd see his room all the time, but then there's an episode where you see his living room
Ooh.
as well. They're putting up the Christmas tree.
Well, I guess I do want to see this show now. I want to see that room.
Yes.
And his mom comes upstairs and says, "Look, I want you to be happy, but I can't go against your father," which is intense.
Right. Because he
Uh,
says we're not going to go to the wedding.
yeah. Has there always been like strain in Zach's family? Has that been a storyline? Like he can't because everyone in this show is rich, right?
Okay, so everyone except Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly's poor. And that comes into the thing where she says my parents can't
Right.
give us any money. Yeah, everyone else like there is tension in with Zach and his dad, because his dad's always he's always a busy businessman, and so he's always doing stuff.
Is he always on the cell phone?
Yes, and
Yes.
and actually, there's a scene in the show where Zach's trying to tell his dad that he has that he wants to spend more time with him, and his dad has to take a phone call during it, and so Zach calls him on his giant cell phone
Mm-hmm.
to make a point, and then And then they go on that fishing trip. But other than that, there's not much. Um, there's just little hijinks and stuff. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Well, regardless of his parents' objections and Kelly's family for some reason not going to the wedding, um,
I'm assuming because they wouldn't be able to afford it.
that doesn't make sense because it's just a car ride.
Or maybe they are coming when it's done, they're all planned. I actually
That's
don't
not
know.
how
I don't
she
know
made
why.
it sound. It made it. They make
Yeah.
this sound like nobody's going to this wedding except for, Zach and Kelly, Lisa Slater, and for some reason Screech, the guy who they all hate and yell at. He's going too because he's obstinately their friend. They are of course going in two different cars. The girls in one car and the boys in the other because that's what the script needs them to do.
Yes.
They are acting like this is a massive road trip. It's a 4-hour drive from LA to Las Vegas. Like,
Okay.
this is like if we were going to Cedar Point, but they're making it
Yeah.
seem like they are driving to Colorado. And they're like, Las Vegas. Oh, can you believe it? I guess because they're children.
Yeah, they're 19.
Yeah, they're 19. I guess I would be excited too if I was going on a 4-hour road trip
Yes.
to get married. So boys in one car, girls in the other. And Nathan, boy, I mean, talk about a scathing comment on men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Am I right?
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, I mean, talk about the situational comedy we get into here.
Well, you know, my favorite thing of all time is a sheriff who
Oh
just
no! I'm
wait,
talking.
we're
I'm
not there
talking about
yet.
no. The it shows the two conversations in either car.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So I forget what happens in the girls, but I remember in the guys it's best Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover. Elle McPherson.
Well, of course, in the girl car, they're talking about shoes and clothes. Go to the guy's car, and it sounds like you and me when you and me are on the road, and we're like,
Oh man,
best baseball player of all time.
Cal Ripken.
Is that what they
I
say?
don't know.
I think they
I
say
don't know.
Willie Mays or something. I don't know.
Okay.
This sounds like a bunch of 50-year-old men in a writer's room. What do kids talk about? What do kids talk about? Elle McPherson. Elle McPherson.
Yeah, it's a classic tale.
Yeah.
Classic tale.
Somehow on this 4-hour straight shot, they get separated from each other, and
Yes.
the boys wind up on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, and are speeding, and they're pulled over by a sheriff who is introduced in a way that I thought was going to be like a celebrity, because they do the thing where, like, the sheriff, we go up to the car door of the sheriff has pulled them over. The police car door opens. We see the feet step out of the car. We pan up to the face, and it is nobody you've ever heard of playing the sheriff. Pat Corley, who is acting like the sheriff from Dukes of Hazzard. He's acting like Boss Hogg. But it's not like he played a sheriff in anything else. I'm looking at his IMDb. It's just like played referee on Roots. Played Sam
Oh,
Powell.
that's another one
On
Did
Barnaby
you just say
Jones.
Roots?
Oh, no, I didn't.
You know, my ears perked up.
But he's gonna pull these boys over. Somehow, here in Southern California, things get very gumbo southern. Boys, 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 y'all all was speeding. And then, no, he says the car's stolen, which I'm guessing is like a con to get a bribe, right? Because that's never justified.
No, they right. It has to be, that has to be the whole point of it. Because I was thinking about that too. Like, you don't just say the car is stolen. But yeah, like that is what happens because they end up going to jail, getting arrested, and the guy comes back and he says, "Well, looks like the car wasn't stolen."
John Lee Hooker doing this? How?
So we going get boom. And he's always, like wiping the sweat off his brow.
Yes, he's a real sheriff pig.
Sweat hog.
Did you see who plays the deputy?
Who is it?
It's
yes.
Richard Schiff from the West Wing, pre-West Wing. So weird seeing an actual celebrity just playing a nothing
his name
role.
In this?
Dano.
What's his name in this?
Dano.
Book
Yes.
'em Dano.
Yeah, very funny joke where the sheriff says "Book 'em Dano," and Schiff turns around and he has a giant name tag that the art department quickly made up with a Sharpie that says Dano.
Dano.
I did not know that saying until I looked it up because I figured it must be an old person's joke because these old writers came up with it.
Yeah, what is it from? I've always known that term, but what is it from?
Okay, Bookham Dano. I looked it up and it went out of my head. While you look that up, can you talk about our boy's prison experience? Some of the prison gags that happen?
Yeah, so there's a classic joke is it's from Hawaii Five-0, by the way.
I just looked it up.
So they have they're in jail with a real super scary biker kind of guy.
The
who's writing a
biker
sonnet.
who is in everything.
Yes, and he's writing
this is the biker from very funny. He's a sensitive guy. But it's the biker from like Home Improvement and every ad with a biker. Yeah.
So and then he's and then also in the same cell is this real nerdy looking guy who turns out to have been like a murderer or something. He murdered his wife or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Screech plays the harmonica.
Yeah.
The boys keep saying like, this isn't true. We didn't steal the car. And after about 20 minutes of jail bits, the payoff is the sheriff going to be going, "Oh, turns out you boy didn't steal that car."
Well, I got good news and a bad news.
The bad news is it's gonna cost you all your money.
Well,
Oh, everyone shut this off by now. Of course, useless, terrible Screech immediately goes, "Whoa, we only have $1,200. He goes, "Well, what a coincidence. That's just about how much money the bill is." So Zach has no money for his marriage.
Wedding.
But of course, during this special, this is one of the plot devices that Nate and I talk about that we love the most, which is the plot device of if the lead character would just tell the other people what's happening, everything would be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Or
End
if
of
you
episode.
called the authorities. Yes.
Yeah.
Two things that are never done during this show.
Yeah.
Now, our boys may be in a scrape, but the
Mhm.
ladies are getting into their own trouble because, of course,
Oh yeah.
women have car trouble.
Oh yeah.
Their radiator bursts, which is, I don't think a. I guess you do have that problem in the desert. I was going to say, are they driving a Model T? But I guess radiators probably do conk out in the desert.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
sure, yeah,
And they're in
whatever.
one of those deserts where there's a grassy hill right next door.
Lisa and Kelly are going, oh, how are we going to get out of this one? And over the hill appears a guy who looks like he's ready for the cover of a romance novel, or he was in
Hmm.
that Diet Coke ad where the construction worker takes off his shirt and all the women in the office building start furiously masturbating. He comes over the hill. He just has like a vest on. He's ripped. He has sick abs.
Hmm.
And Lisa's reaction is immediately, oh, gross, a dirty hippie.
She's definitely a classist.
Is Lisa always this horrifically unlikable in the show, or are they making her character especially hard to deal with in this movie?
She is always a material girl. Um, a rich. She's the richest one. She doesn't like when they all get jobs at the resort at the beach club. Like she does it. She's actually a member.
Yeah, but it's one thing to write your character as a material girl or loves clothes or whatever, but she literally does nothing likable in this whole movie. I mean, her character is mean to what she thinks is a poor person because he is poor, complains the whole time, is mean, and does nothing to help any of the situations. I mean, that's bad writing all around, but it just. I was surprised they made her character this hard to root for in any way.
Yeah, I guess when you think back on it, she is kind of always a snooty girl. Like she doesn't. She never has. I don't feel like she has really truly deep, substantial episode arcs. Like she's got plenty where things are happening, but I feel like she's always a side character.
I mean, do you think it was just ignorant racism in the writers' room, or was she incapable of acting? You're giving Screech storylines. Was it? Do you think it
No,
was just like
I think
the
it's bad
writers?
writing.
Okay,
It's bad writing of a character who is a rich, snobby girl, but isn't always that way. And so, like, this is just, and she wasn't on the college years. Like, she wasn't,
oh, she wasn't.
no. So she
Oh,
came back for this.
why was she not in the college years? Did she think she was going to get a movie
I think she
career?
was only in like one or two episodes or something.
Okay.
I don't know. What did the unauthorized story tell us about her?
I mean, I got
I
the
can't
impression
remember.
through things that you've said or things that they've alluded to is that she was never happy on set and she always felt like another.
I mean, that's
It was like white
possibly
kids,
true,
white
but
kids. I know Mario Lopez is not white, but I mean,
might as well be. Just kidding.
exactly.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
I in the eyes of the show, it's not like they
Yeah.
really addressed his ethnicity, I'm guessing.
I
Beyond
mean,
like a
I'm pretty sure his
joke.
dad is freaking white on the show. I'm pretty
Oh, is he
sure.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um. Yeah. No. I don't. I mean, his name's AC Slater. I think he's just playing a white dude. Albert Clifford Slater. I think he's just playing a white dude.
Oh, okay.
Um. I don't remember if they talk about anything about him outside of that, but
Interesting.
no. I don't. I don't know much about her.
Okay.
Why she didn't do this series.
And am I wrong? Elizabeth Berkley is not on college years either because she was going to become a movie star.
Maybe that's probably right. Yeah, she isn't in there. But she is in this though.
Well, thanks a lot for spoiling it.
Sorry.
No, during this, I think this is the exact time that Showgirls is filming.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is she's Verhoevening it up
Oh yeah.
across the street. Um, okay, I have this on mute so I can see what's happening. This the boys in jail lasts for over half an hour of this hour
Oh
and a
my
half.
gosh.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. This
That's so
just
long.
drags on. Okay. They get to the Stardust. They get to Las Vegas. Lisa says the city that never sleeps. Very unclear if that's a joke or bad writing. They get to the Stardust. They can't believe how beautiful it is. And it turns out that the stud, Kurt Martin, who Lisa called the dirty hippie, is also an employee of the hotel who wears a comical purple and pink bellhop uniform that makes him look like he works in Future World in Epcot Center.
He looks like David Lee Roth in a video before he like becomes David Lee Roth or something.
This is the before. He sees
Yeah.
a bikini babe and he lowers his shades and explodes into David Lee
Yeah.
Roth gear.
And then he has a tuxedo on or something.
Yeah, a tuxedo top and a Speedo bottom.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
The boys are concerned because there's no money for the wedding.
And they will not say that.
Oh, absolutely not. How could he ever admit to Kelly that he was wrongfully pulled
was robbed.
over and robbed by a cop?
By the police.
So instead, Slater somehow knows, oh, we should get a job as caddies. Caddies make so much money. You know, those rich caddies they're always walking around. So the next day, all the boys have jobs as caddies. Can you tell me how many days does this movie take place over? Because I thought when they first got there, it seemed like they were going to get married in either the next day or in a day. But time in this moves in such a weird way. I can't tell if they're in Vegas for 2 days or a week.
Okay, so first day they're there.
Yeah.
Second day they're caddying.
Yeah.
I think that same day
They meet Gilbert Gottfried. It's the same day.
is that the same day or is that the next day?
It's so impossible to tell. I mean, the long and short of the caddy is that they seem to be doing a good job, except for Screech, who exists in this universe to ruin everything for everybody, who wrecks 2 golf carts, which that's
Yes.
why you would go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is like a 2 to 3, possibly 4-day affair.
Okay. Well, I hoopy in my poopy and I doopy in my shoopy. So
Hey, respect it.
Can you believe they didn't even play the theme song in any way in this?
Well, they didn't play. What they would have played is the college years, which is, well, I'm standing at the edge of tomorrow tonight.
Oh, do you want to talk about the music in this?
I
movie?
love the music in
No,
this.
no.
Yes,
The music is
Crosby,
bad in
Stills,
every
and
way.
Nash,
No,
baby.
no, it is the worst, glummest
Live it
song.
up.
Oh, I actually meant the background music, which is poor
Oh.
even for
Oh, sure.
a
It's
made-for-TV movie.
Isn't it just like? Isn't it like that?
Yeah, kind of. It's all weird keyboard stings, whatever NBC had laying around, I'm guessing.
Well, the songs are amazing.
Yeah, they're really amazing.
And one of the songs, no one's been able to figure out what it is. So it must be just a song they wrote for the show.
Well, the song Live It Up by Crosby, Stills, and
Oh,
Nash
yeah,
is at the
baby.
beginning. A terrible
Yes.
song. And then
Love it.
There's another one
Live
at
it
the
up.
end, right?
Well, so there's that one. There's one where they're like going to Vegas or something. Or no, I think the one at the beginning is the one that we can't figure out, and the Vegas one is Live It Up.
This Wikipedia, which is not, God's word, but this says opening titles.
Oh, okay. And then thank you God. And then there is one more song in the end that is the kind of like memory of Saved by the Bell montage
Yeah.
song that I also loved.
Mm-hmm.
A very weepy song. And that one you can find online easily.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, the boys, I forgot about this. Thank God I'm watching this movie again. After all the old golfers get mad and they fire the boys are so worried, and there's so much tension being built up that there is a 5-minute montage of everyone playing basketball in the pool.
Yes, a chicken and
Are there any jokes or bits or story? No. They're
no, just a bunch
playing in
of
the pool.
hot people splashing each other
And Dustin Diamond.
and Screech.
Yeah.
And Screech, yeah, going.
Ooh! Ooh!
But this is a chance for Slater to meet this woman again, who he met at the golf shop. Carla.
Yeah, Carla. That's an interesting relationship, isn't it? Carla, who is a good-looking woman, but she looks like she's in her mid, like it's somebody who I would date, like a person in their mid to late 30s. And
Yeah.
Slater just looks so like a kid next to her. I'm not saying a 19-year-old cannot be attracted to and date a older woman. I'm just saying it is odd casting.
I feel like in the show, he's always meeting older women. I feel like in the show, he meets like a princess in one thing, and
God.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of meeting some older women, the boys, after being so stressed out they have to play chicken in the pool, go to a diner to buy food, I guess, with the no money they have, and run into the one person who knows how to play this movie's tone, which is Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes. This movie, I told you, it's gold.
Oh, it sure is. And he runs a male escort service in this movie for kids and young teens.
Well, actually, this is prime time, baby.
Oh,
this
of course.
For adults, dude.
He's still hiring 19-year-olds to be male prostitute. Even though, well, here's the thing is that, like, I'm going, because whenever he said male escorts, I went, wait, what? That's what they're going to do is male escorts? And then I guess they thought they were running their way out of it because he goes, no hanky panky. But he's a con man. So I assumed he was lying. Like, he'll say that so they'll go on a date with old women and then they will have to have sex with them.
They will have had hanky panky.
They'll have had hanky panky. But he does run a very strict male escort service where first you have to, like, do Southern charm school stuff where you balance a book on your head to show good poise. This is so
Remember, he says,
weird.
He goes, I'll train you guys to be the best escorts.
Right.
Or whatever.
And it's, I won't say it. So he shows them this very odd, out of the keeping our rating. I won't go for the joke I was going to say, but he teaches them good poise and then sets them up for dates. Zach is set up for a date that is in the same restaurant and time as his date with his fiance.
Yeah, classic move.
Screech is going to have
classic mistake.
Pink limousine pull up to the Stardust. There is one line that could have been funny in this show which is Screech is supposed to go, "A pink limousine. I've arrived." I'm saying it like how you might want to say it if you were approaching trying to make it funny, but Dustin has to go, "A pink limousine. I've arrived."
Shrek. I've arrived.
Oh,
He always has to do a frown, like a frog face. Like,
yeah, he has to cross his eyes and like shift his jaw over. um, so, okay, so Lisa and Kelly are at a wedding planner
yeah.
for their wedding, which is the next day in Vegas. So where is this wedding taking place with the 6 of them?
I don't know.
Like, you can't, so you're not just gonna get married at like the justice of the peace and then go to a dinner together? What is this wedding going to be?
This is gonna be a $1,200 wedding in Vegas.
Okay, I know that Zach isn't supposed to be getting a king's ransom, but really, how far would $1,200 go going to Vegas to have a sit-down dress and tuxedo wedding?
Well, that's just the cost of the hotel
No, the hotel
for one person.
is free.
Why?
Because Zach's mom, remember, they go to the Stardust because she gives him 2 free hotel rooms that she says she won at church at poker night, which is something I've heard of, like bingo night. What church is doing full poker night with a Vegas prize package?
That's a rock and roll church, baby.
This is some kind of like Unitarian thing I don't know about. So Zach is late because he is learning how to have sex with older women. And he runs in, he's late for meeting the wedding planner. Kelly is understandably upset because Zach is always gone and looks worried and sweaty all the time. But they go to dinner, and Zach has to do the Mrs. Doubtfire routine where he runs from one table to the other. And we meet the other very interesting cast member, which is his Russian date. Give me your take on this woman, who I guess I would rather watch a movie about her.
I don't know. I'm thinking that I don't understand. Like, obviously she can't speak English very well, but she also laughs like she's trying to translate her laugh into English. And she goes, ha, 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 or something like that.
Yeah, she is. Oh, by the way, she's a very beautiful Russian woman with very limited English, which in real life is a type of person who would sign up for a weird dating site. And Zach shows up, and she kind of just like does the thing where she repeats back what she is just told.
Yeah.
Kelly finds out about his double date because she turns slightly around in her chair and sees Zach in the same room. It's not like there's a different room like Mrs. Doubtfire and he's running from one place to the other. He's
like 3 tables over.
Yeah, he's 3 tables over. She looks
By
over.
the way,
yeah.
This has been eating at me. I just remembered. We talked about all the cast members. There's Lisa was black, and then everyone else is essentially playing white, even though Mario isn't. I did remember. I just forgot that Zach Morris is a person of color. His mom is like Filipino or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Right. I think everybody forgets about that.
Yeah, because he looks like an Aryan god.
Yeah.
It looks like Thor or something, like.
Um,
Sorry. Anyway, back to the.
oh no, please. Tangent all you want. Zach dives under the table, so it looks like he is eating the Russian woman out during dinner, which does not calm Kelly down.
No.
She says the wedding is off. Typical
Mm-hmm.
Zach.
Yep.
Smash cut to Screech on his date with a Mimi from Drew Carey show style
Yeah.
woman.
Yes.
And he is being aggressively danced with and cuddled with, and then you kind of assume he is being. This is always the kind of like cartoon joke where it veers into you just assume he is then violently raped by this person, right?
Right.
Um,
Right.
Did you also notice that we see every single woman's feet in this movie?
No.
If
No.
there's a woman, regardless of age, standing, or prevalence in the story, I think maybe except for the Russian woman, although I'm checking right now, we see their bare feet at some point.
Got ourselves a fetish director.
Oh, did we forget to talk about the other montage of this show, which is 5 minutes of watching Kelly and Lisa in the spa, not doing anything funny or interesting, just literally getting manicures and pedicures and giggling.
Right, that's her wedding gift.
Yeah. We are an hour deep. We only have half an hour left, by the way, with this plot line. When the plot line is suddenly thrust into maximum overdrive because Slater is also in the same crummy Vegas restaurant as Zach and Kelly on a date with this woman. The age thing gets a little bit more confusing. Slater is 19. She looks like she is in her mid-30s. And then who comes by their table while they're having a nice dinner but her ex-mobster boyfriend who looks like he is 50.
Yes.
Very going
like,
on.
He's the other Paul Reiser.
He has a very riserish look to him.
I know who he is. I've seen him in tons of stuff, but he's if you see him, you'll know. But he looks tons like Paul Reiser.
I'm guessing that all three mobster people, because mobster has two goons, one is big and one is short. I'm guessing all of them play mobsters in almost everything, right? They all have the look.
Especially those freaking other two dudes. They're not getting any work.
Yes, right.
And they're all doing that thing where every time they do anything, they always have to like shake their shoulders to fix their suit or whatever.
Right. They have to dust off their jackets and run.
And their pinky fingers always out. You're like,
Zach follows Lisa to her room. She won't answer the door when he knocks. Oh, Kelly, who is with Lisa.
Yeah.
And because Kelly won't let him into the room when he knocks, he pulls a very cool move for any guy, which is leaping over the balcony to break into her window.
Yeah.
Winds up hanging from the balcony. Slater and Carla, his date, run into the room, followed by the mobsters. So then Slater winds up jumping on the balcony. Everybody is on the balcony. Everybody has balcony hijinks. So Kelly lets Zach and everybody into the room.
Kelly says, "Oh no, I should have just let you in. It's my fault."
Yes, Kelly
blames herself for this
everything is
move.
Women's fault in this movie. No woman has an interesting storyline or anything funny to do. Kelly is just nice, and Lisa is a classist bitch. That's their two modes. What I have to forward it. Why do the mobsters break in to the room? Is that what happens next?
No, they don't get into the room. They end up going downstairs to wait for them.
Wait for who?
wait for Slater and Carla.
No, Slater and Carla are in the hotel room with
I know.
everyone
I'm
else.
saying I'm saying the goons go downstairs to the lobby to wait for them to leave.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, this was really infuriating. So Lisa calls the dirty lunk who she hates and won't give the time of day to, who works at the hotel, a
Yeah.
call, and he sneaks Slater and Carla out in a baggage claim roller, but
Yeah.
only covers them on one side. The other side, they are totally exposed, so we can see them.
Yeah.
Then Screech runs out of the pink limousine to escape his rapist and runs full tilt into the baggage car and spins it around like a carousel for no reason. So the mobsters see Slater and Carla,
Yeah.
causing everybody to jump into all their cars and start an interminable car chase where they get away until they realize the mobsters are stopped behind them at a red light. So they
They
all
leave their car.
jump out of the car at the red light, and the mobsters go, "Oh, there they are," and start running after them. Into, well, where do they go? They go to two very funny places, Nathan.
Oh yeah. I forget what the first one is. I know what the second one is. What's the first one?
Well, the first one is where Screech sees his hero, Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, I don't remember this scene.
You don't remember the wax museum?
Oh yeah, because they see Clint Eastwood there.
Yeah, they run into a wax museum, and apparently the wax museum also has a display of clothes with no figures in them on a empty display, because everybody gets dressed up. Like Zach is dressed as a sheik. Screech is dressed up as a more Jewish person. Carla is something else. What does Screech sneeze or something? What's the inane
gosh.
way that they find out that they're dressed up?
He leans over and goes, "They'll never find us." Or something. You know, it's
Something like
that's
that.
what it's like.
Who
Yeah.
cares? Who cares? They run out of the museum, and then they run into another casino. And Nathan, I'm not kidding. They run into a casino, and I realize they're walking through a back hallway. And I say out loud to nobody, they better not get dressed up as showgirls. Cut
And
to
there they go.
showgirls getting dressed backstage, and Zach goes, "I know just what we should do."
They all get dressed up
Mm-hmm.
as sexy showgirls.
Yep.
They're out on the stage. Slater's kind of getting into it, dancing. His bra comes off.
Mm-hmm.
The goons notice them right away.
Right. Everybody, Kelly, hotel dude, Lisa, the goons all walk into the audience of this showgirl show. Honestly,
For what reason? I don't know.
or how they got in, I don't know.
Yeah.
3 for the topless girls of Glitter High, please, just in case they're. Did you notice that that's the show that's playing? It's in a lot of the street shots for this
No.
Saved by the Bell movie. There's a huge marquee you see constantly advertising their show, The Topless Girls of Glitter High. So, honestly, the build of Carla, Screech, Slater, and Zach is so like lithe and muscular, and everybody has so much makeup on, including the showgirls. Honestly, from a distance, if they had just like kind of faded into the background, I don't know that anyone would have noticed them. Especially
No.
Screech. Screech, I realized, like, oh, Dustin Diamond could have been like a drag performer if he had wanted a very different career, and probably could have done fine because he has
Yeah.
like the body for it and the very intense skull shape for it.
Yeah. So they immediately get caught because this is not a great idea.
It buys them no time whatsoever. They walk out on stage and the goons go, "Oh, there they are."
Yeah, they walk over. Yeah, that was like that
It's
is
not
what it's
like
like.
this works for Bugs Bunny, because if Bugs Bunny goes in drag, then the villain who wants to kill him like falls in love with Bugs Bunny, and Bugs
Yeah.
Bunny seduces him and makes a fool out of him. In this, there's no gag. They just walk on stage and they're like, "Oh, huh."
Yeah. So then they're backstage, or I think, or they're somewhere
Yeah.
at a somewhere, and the gangster is gonna, you know,
Obstinately murder them, although he doesn't say
yeah.
that.
And so what the the hippie guy says is, "Hey, hey, my dad owns this hotel. I can get you into the back, get you into the safe, and you can steal this diamond that you've been trying to steal."
Oh, right. We forgot to say that when they walk in the hotel, there's a diamond the size of a baseball just like in the
Yeah.
lobby under some plastic. The
Yeah.
diamond is $4 million.
Yeah.
That's what the gangster's after. Well, the thing with the reveal with this guy who works at the hotel, he's like, yes, I'm very rich and my father owns the Stardust. I don't want to take anything. I want to earn everything I have. So then Lisa is overjoyed and she basically goes, "Oh, you're not poor. Thank God."
I thought you were just some gross guy.
Yeah. Who volunteers teaching Native Americans, which is why he was walking in the desert.
So then he said, so this, like, then he says, she goes, "Why didn't you use your dad's money and privilege?" And he goes, or no, he says, "I didn't want to use my dad's money and privilege." And she goes, "Why? That's the best kind." Like there's not a moment of her having any kind of
no lesson.
reflection.
No lesson is
Nothing.
learned by anyone in this show. Except for the parents who need to be taught a lesson.
Yes.
Well, I really love when guy who works at the hotel says that he's lived at the hotel since it was built. Stardust was built in 1958. This guy is looking good for his age.
Yeah. And also, he just has the code to the safe.
Yeah, the gun safe that they keep the giant diamond in. But also, he dresses up as a security guard. I don't know why, because if everyone at the hotel knows him and that's how he's getting them in, he could just walk in with this famous mobster, 2 goons, and 6 teenagers and a mom. But the Three Stooges routine comes back. The boys distract the mobsters. They shove them into the vault and lock it, so they will definitely die of suffocation.
Yep.
And go to get married at a quickie chapel, which is the reason that people get married in Las Vegas.
Guess who's doing the wedding?
Guess
None
who?
other than
Guess who's gonna get them married?
Princess Diana.
That's right! Driver, slow down!
Those were her last words.
Hey, where's the funeral?
So, but then their dad shows up. Is that right? Like Zach's dad shows up.
Oh, as soon as they're about to say I do, Zach's parents show up because Slater...
They know where he is?
Slater called them.
Oh.
I don't know if that's supposed to mean that Slater like called them and convinced the dad to come, or he told them that they lost the money. There's no explanation. There's literally no explanation. They just like, his dad bursts in, hold on, I object. No son of mine is getting married with Gilbert Gottfried officiating. I'm going to, and then they go like, give us a weekend. We'll throw a really nice wedding for you. I'm like, what is the mad rush here? Why? Well, the weekend. If you're gonna pay for this big wedding now, like, can't you just like take your dad? Well, whatever.
Yeah.
The parents apologize for ever doubting their son. Kelly takes back the $50 and the wedding certificate from Gilbert Gottfried. And Gilbert goes, "What a cunt!" and if he had said something, I would have laughed really hard. Actually, he does have a funny line where he says, I should stick to performing funerals nobody ever asks for their money back.
Yeah.
Which would not be funny if Screech was saying it. It's funny because...
Nobody ever asked for their money back.
Cut to their, quote, really nice wedding, which looks like it's taking place in the lawn next to the parking lot of the Stardust. There's like 20 chairs. I mean, look, I'm not ragging on anybody who has a small wedding and doesn't spend a fortune. I'm all for that. I think it is funny that Zach's rich dad made such a show of like throwing him this gala event. And then there's like, 20 folding chairs and some flowers and the same 6 people.
Yeah. Although some new people show up.
Oh, a real treat for the fans. And I did not know who 2 of these people were. I had to look them up.
But you knew Mr. Belding, I'm guessing.
I knew Mr. Belding. But because, of course, you invite your high school principal who hated you to your wedding.
Yeah. And you knew Jesse.
Well, Jesse's not there yet. It's the 2 other people from the college years who are sitting next to Mr. Belding.
So who are the 2? There's one for sure.
Wait, who are the 2? What do you? Bob Golick plays.
Oh, Bob Golick.
There,
because there is a girl who was on the show.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Who declined to be on this? One of the stars.
Well, who is the woman who's next between Bob Golick and Mr. Belding?
I think she's at some point Slater's love interest on the show.
Oh,
but she is someone who lives in the dorm room with the other girls.
Is this character's name Alex Tabor?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, and she's in the college years only, correct? Or she was a girlfriend of Slater's? Oh, okay.
I think she's Slater's love interest in some of the episodes. I can't remember though.
Okay.
But yeah, she is one of the people. She's like, of the main cast, she's like the one of the 3 girls.
Okay. Did she basically take Lisa's role as the 3rd girl?
Yeah, there's Tiffany. There's Kelly. There's the girl who declined to come, and then there's her. Okay. And then there's Slater, Screech, and Zach. That's like the main cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know I don't think she's taking the place of Lisa or her, because she's kind of like a erratic. She's kind of like a neurotic, like anxious kind of girl.
Are you talking about Lark Voorhees?
No.
Her character on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Lisa, but Alex.
Alex.
Character.
Okay, yeah. Got it. But yes, then Jesse, as you do if you're late for a wedding, before the bride and groom kiss, if you're late, you run in screaming, "Wait for me, wait for me." And then you run up front to be part of the bridal party. It's Elizabeth Berkley, who 100% just walked off the Showgirls set and onto this set, because her makeup level is off the charts. Like, it's meant for the stage. The amount of eyeshadow this woman has and rouge.
Yeah, this was a great moment for us Bell ends. That's what they call us, the whole bell ends.
Because then
The
you get
bell-
your montage, right?
Yes.
Of,
Now this, this is a very touching moment for me.
yeah.
Remembering all the times
Jesse's
that two
dress.
other people lived.
Jesse's dress looks terrible. It's just like it's hanging off of her in a very unflattering way. Maybe she couldn't go to costume fittings.
Now, what I'm doing is when I'm sitting watching this, I'm thinking, like, what would it be like to watch this as them? You know, as Mark Paul Gosselaar and Tiffany Amber Thiessen, to sit and watch this, basically watch their whole lives flash before their eyes.
It must be nice. You know, it's gratifying.
Pretty
Sure.
like like emotional or whatever.
Yeah, or maybe they were done with it. But sure, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the last thing.
Yeah.
You realize this has been your entire adolescent life is growing up on camera.
Yep.
They grew up before our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Berkley is doing a style and level of acting that nobody else is doing, which is I can tell she's trying to play this very, very real because she's coming from a movie set with real actors. And so she's like crying real tears and she's playing the moment like very soft, and it's kind of jarring to see that in the middle of this sitcom level acting.
Someone is doing something good.
Well, or somebody's really trying to dig deep, at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Zach's dad says he loves him and is proud of him. And they hug, and Zach's dad turns to dust and floats away
Yeah.
in the wind.
Never to be seen again.
And never to be seen again. Oh, God, I forgot. I was like, and then do they just leave? No, we get to see Screech's shitty, funny, fake crying, and Kelly throws the bouquet, Screech catches it,
Classic.
and then the rhinestone
Escort.
wearing escort rapist woman jumps out and hauls Screech back in the limo to violently
Have her way with him.
have her way with him. Yes. Slater goes off with Carla, and that's that. They drive away. Boy, Kelly just really got in as many midriffs as possible, didn't she?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Zach and Kelly look inhumanly attractive. Don't they? They just look like
Yep.
fake people.
Yeah.
They drive away, and the Stardust has on their marquee, "Congratulations, Zach and Kelly. You spent $2,000 on our lawn wedding package." And then credits play, and the credits look like when I had cable in the 90s, and there was the school announcements channel where it was just yellow letters on a blue background in like a digital toaster.
Yeah. This this is very very emotional episode for me. This is really everything that I do. This is what I do this show for.
Mm-hmm.
Moments
I
like
mean,
these.
in a certain respect, so do I. I mean, this was just a treasure. Sometimes I feel like we go into these and I go, I hope I have enough to talk about, and this was too much. It was too much.
Now, does
to
this
talk
make you
about.
want to go and watch all of the episodes of the college years?
Oh, absolutely. I have to see how Bob Golick affected their lives as their dorm leader or whatever he was. Cleveland Brown, former Cleveland Brown, Bob
Yes.
Golick. I have to.
Now now at one time the DVDs for the college years were selling online for like over $100.
Ooh wee. So just totally out of print.
Yeah, and I happened to find them at a little record store in Columbus
Nice.
for like $30. So I quickly bought them before they realized what they had.
Yeah.
Ripped them and sold it on Amazon.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
How much did you get? Can I ask?
I went no, I went actually I sold it on eBay. So what I did was I actually had
caught in
like
a lie.
I actually one Christmas
You gave me your heart.
no, I worked
I noticed.
I worked for this company where I was I would go into Walmarts to make sure they had their video game section set up.
Mm-hmm.
And they would send like these things you're supposed to shove into like video game
Cows?
consoles, like a free game, if you buy this box, put the sticker on the box,
Oh.
here's the code. But then I would go in there and they would already be filled, so I would just have all of these free games. So I sold all of this stuff on eBay and made like hundreds and hundreds of dollars
That's
off this freaking job.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wow.
And so I took all that money, and what did I do with it?
Spent it
I
on video
bought
games.
all the Saved by the Bell DVDs.
Oh my god.
I bought the original Saved by the Bell. I bought the
Wait, how much was it?
college years. I bought the college years, and I bought the new class. Now, some of those new class DVDs were going for like 50 cents.
When you said you got hundreds and hundreds of dollars, how much does a Saved by the
I also bought like a PSP with it.
Okay.
Okay. I bought some other stuff too. So then I ripped all the DVDs and then just sold them back onto eBay.
Okay, nice.
Made my money back. Although I don't think I ever ended up. I don't think the last few of the new class, I could not sell those for any amount.
Is there any fan base for the new class, or is that just dead in the water? Nobody latched onto it.
I can't imagine, because it says that they like, and then like every season they would change cast,
Oh.
so they would have different kids.
Huh. Okay. Was that a decision, or was that kids just not wanting to work on that set anymore?
I don't know. Maybe they had like kids. They just got too old every time they made a season or something. I don't know.
Didn't
like
stop Saved by the Bell before.
The last two seasons were filmed at the same time, so it has the same cast for both.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, everybody was very excited to watch this when it aired and say goodbye to these beloved characters, as it came in 72nd in the ratings out of 93 programs. Can I tell you?
I bet you NBC was like, why? We didn't have to do this.
Well, I know we got the Stardust for free as long as we showed the marquee for the Topless Girls of Glitter High 5 times, but we should not have spent that several $100s on making this program when we could have shown America's Pet bloopers or whatever. Here's what I wish Saved by the Bell had done to give it one last try with this cast. I'm not kidding. I wish that they had done a Baywatch Nights style twist and had all the kids start investigating paranormal mysteries and made it dark. I want to see them finding aliens. I want to see them battling the devil. I want to see
the Bell Files.
Yes. Or Saved by the Bell After Dark, you know. I want to see them come against a cult.
Saved by the Bell. Hold on. I'm trying to think of like after class or like what's a extracurricular activities.
Well, that's what you can do. They're all
It's an X.
They're in a
curricular. I nailed this.
extracurricular. They all join like a work credit program or a work study program. They all go into the same thing. They all want to go into like maybe they want to go to different things, but they all wind up in the same program. Like one wants to go into law enforcement, one wants to go into
Slater.
psychology, one wants to go into
Jesse.
yeah, right.
Keep going.
Toxicity reports, coroner, Screech. One wants to go into being a mortician.
No, none of them.
None of them. One of them wants to be a personal assistant.
Lisa.
But they all wind up in the same place working for this paranormal firm and get mixed up in their crazy hijinks. That's what I wish they could have done for at least 12 more episodes and ended this thing with a true bang.
That would have been great. But you are no Sam Bobrick.
Don't remind me. Well,
yeah.
We have not come to mourn Saved by the Bell, but to rejoice in this crazy movie that truly everyone pitched in and gave a quarter of their effort and talents to. I don't think anyone remembers being in this, but we're glad they made it. I can't believe I'm the one who suggested this, but I guess I'm happy with the conversation that it gave us today.
I'm glad you did. We still have the Hawaiian. Hawaiian.
Yeah, I know.
Hawaiian style episode to watch. I think at the end, and I think that's the last of our Save by the Bell specials. Sadly.
Sadly.
But you can find out more about the Bell at Wikipedia. But if you want to find more about Network Special,
go to your local Wikipedia.
If you want to find out more about Network Special, go to networkspecialpodcast.com. You can find all of our episodes there, some show notes that are barely show notes. We've got Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We're on all the normal free podcast places. And what do we say at the end of every episode?
As we say at the end of every episode, Mark Paul Gosselaar is a person of color. Bye.
Bye.